Dear students, I am Prajita and I am your teacher for computer subject. I'm sure you all are doing well. This session is from the chapter Input and Output Device. And you are learning the topic Input-Output Devices and Storage Devices. So by the end of this session, you will be able to understand about storage devices, as well as we will recall the input and output devices. So after this chapter, there is an assessment planned for you. So please do not forget to take the assessment to check your understanding from the session. Now, let us start. So before we move on to the storage devices, let us recall what we have learned in the previous class. That is about IPO, that is input process output cycle, as well as the input and output devices. Okay, so here we go. I will be sharing a PPT right now and we will just quickly go through it and recall what we have learned. Okay, so here is the PPT. So yesterday we learned about input, process and output cycle, right? So input, what we need, what instructions we give to the computer. Process, the CPU processes the information and output will be displayed on the monitor or we get it in different forms. Okay, so keyboard is an input. CPU does the processing as per the instructions. The task is done by the CPU and then the output is shown in the monitor. Right? This is what we learned yesterday. Now, some of the input devices. Keyboard, mouse, joystick, mic, that is microphone. We have barcode reader here, stylus or pen, web camera, touchpad, touch screen, fingerprint reader. So what are they used for? They're used to give input or data and instructions to the computer. Okay, to give some instructions to the computer, we will be using the input devices. That is, these input devices. Next, about the keyboard. Why do we use keyboard? We use to type and give the instructions to the computer. Mouse. Why do we use mouse? Yes, we give an input to the computer by clicking on the mouse or selecting something or drawing in paint. Okay, we are giving instructions to the CPU or the computer by selecting options in using the mouse. Okay, joystick. Joystick is also an input device which gives instructions as to what to be done. Okay. You know that we're playing video games, there will be a character, right? To move the character, we use a joystick. Or if the character has to do something, we control the character using the joystick. Microphone. Here, I'm using a microphone. Why do I use a microphone or a mic? To record my voice. Okay? So, microphone is an input device. Web camera. Why do we use a web camera? The web camera is used to capture live videos and pictures and store them in the computer. Right? Next, scanner. Why do we use a scanner? I had explained to you yesterday, right? A scanner is used to capture images from the paper. These images are stored in the computer in digital format. That means in the soft copy, which you cannot touch. Right? Next is a processing device. What do you mean by processing device? Processing device. Now, central processing unit, that is the CPU. What you call CPU, the full form of CPU is central processing unit. The CPU works on the data according to the instructions given by us, that is by the user, through input devices. Okay, this is called processing of data. That means performing a task that is given by the user as per the instructions. Okay, the results of processing is called output. That means after doing the task, The result what you get, the answer what you get, okay, or the output what you get will be displayed in the output devices. The result is the output. And where will you see the output? In the output devices. Now let us see some of the output devices. So we have speaker, okay, which gives out sound, which we can listen, right? So it is not taking in anything, it is just giving out, right? It makes noise. It's giving out something. So it is an output device. Next we have the monitor. Monitor is used only to display. Okay, like you want to watch a video, you use your input device, that is mouse, to select the video. CPU will understand what has to be done. CPU understands that it has to be opened and played. So it will play it. When it plays, where can you see it? Where can you see the output? In the monitor. Okay, and then you have headphones. Just like the speaker, headphone, where only one person can listen. Next one is a plotter, which is again like a printer. Okay, then we have a projector. You might have seen the projector, isn't it? The projector is used to project something on a big screen so that more number of people can see it. So then we have printer. If you want something to be printed, what is there on the desktop or what is there in the computer, if you want it to be printed in a paper, we use a printer. So these are the output devices. And what do? They are used to receive and display the output after processing by the CPU. Okay? So monitor, as I've already explained to you, just run across the slides and see the pictures. Okay? Speakers, we have headphones. Yes. So these are some of the input and output cycle and the input process output cycle. Okay, so this is what we learned in the previous call. We just recalled it right now, isn't it? So now, what is next? I have a quiz for you. Shall we play it? Okay. So here we go. Let me just share the quiz too. So as I told you, here is a quiz. Now let us start. Okay? Remember, you have to give me the answers. Okay? So the first question, get ready. So we can see the monitor here. You have to tell me whether it's input or output device. See, we have only this much time. For input device, you will show 1. For output device, you will show 2. 1 or 2. So I can see 2. That means it is output device. Let me select it. Okay? Is it right? Yes, it's the right answer. The monitor is an output device. So our score is 107. Good. Next question. We have a mouse here. Mouse is an input device or output device? 1 or 2? Input is 1, output is 2. Did you say 1? Okay, so let me just click on 1 and see if the answer is correct. Yes, you're right again. Now let us check our score. The score is 219. Well done. Question number 3. What is this device? It's a printer. Now printer is an input or output device. Question number 1. Option 1 or 2. Input or output device. So I can see 2 fingers. That means you're saying it's output device. Let me check. Let us check the answer. Yes, you're right again. Okay, time for the score. Our score is 327. It's a bonus round. Let us see what we have. So I have 5 cards here. I have to click one of them. So let me select the second one. So it's 3 times faster. We don't have time now. I have to do it quickly, okay? The fourth question. Come on. We have a plotter. Input or output? Input or output? Looks like output. Let me see. Are we right or not? Yes, we are right. Okay, so our score is 433. Wow. So next is the fifth question. Here we have a microphone. Remember? Microphone. So it is input device or output device? Input, number 1, or number 2, output. So I can see number 1. So I'm going to click on input device. Is it correct? Yes, we are right again. Now let us check our score. 541. Good. Question number 6. What part of the computer is this? It's a speaker. Now speaker is input or output device? Think and answer. Is it number 1, input device, or number 2, output device? Did you say output device? Shall I click? Okay. I'm going to see whether it's right or not. Yes, it's the right answer. Very good. Our score is 651. Fantastic. So we have a bonus round now. Okay. So I need to select a card again. Now let me see which card should I select. I'll go for the 5th one, the last one. Okay. We're getting plus 200 points. Yes. Okay, now coming to question number 7. We have a keyboard. Okay, now keyboard is input device or output device. Number 1, one finger you will show if it's for input device. If it is output, 2. So I can see one finger there. So I'm going to select input device. Okay. Let us check the answer. Yes, input device is the right answer. And our score is 959. You're doing really good. So we have the next one. What is this? It's a stylus. It's a pen, right? Now, is it an input device or output device? Think and answer. It's an input device or output device? 1 or 2? Did you say 1? Okay, let me click on 1. Is it right? Yes, you're right. Okay, so let us check our score. Oh my God, look at the score. It's 1065. Now get ready for the next question. This is a scanner. Now scanner is input device or output device? Input or output? Input or output? Did you say input? Okay, let me click on input now. Is it right? Yes, you're right again. You're doing good, fantastic. And our score is 1174. They're asking you to applaud. Very good. We played well, isn't it? And our total score is 1174. Fantastic for you all. So let me give a fantastic. Fantastic. So you played really well, right? Now let's move on to the next one. So here is a copy of a textbook. Let us revise all the input output devices as well as the input process output by doing the activity. Okay, we'll open page number 11 of your textbook. Okay, keep page number 11 open and we will do activity 1. Identify the input, process and output in the following examples. So in the first one, they have given a hot, yummy pizza. Don't you like pizza? Yes, I know you like it. Okay. Now the first picture, they have given hot, yummy pizza. In the second picture, here, they have given a pizza base. They have given some cheese and some toppings. Toppings, what you can put it on top of a pizza. Okay. And in the same third picture, they have given baked pizza in a microwave. So, you have to identify which is the input, process and output. There is a blank given here, right? You have to write below that whether it is an input, process or output. Can you write it down? Yes? So, you will write whether in the picture what you see, you have to first identify which is input, which are the things we need to make a pizza. Okay, so that is the input and how is it being done? How to prepare? What should you do? That is the second one, that is process. And then after we do everything, after we prepare everything, what do we get? That is the output. Okay, is it done? So the input is pizza base, cheese and toppings. We need to enter input here. And second one is the process. What is the process? You have to bake the pizza in a microwave, right? So that is the process. And then third one is the output. Finally, we will be getting a yummy pizza to eat. I know it's mouth-watering, isn't it? Okay. So that was input, process and output in the first picture. Now coming to the second one. In the first picture, I can see a child working with the clay. He is doing something with the clay, isn't it? In the second picture, I can see some toys made with clay. In the third picture, I can see clay. Okay, so what is the input here? The input is the clay. First we need clay, isn't it? So that is the input. And the second thing, what is the process? Child working with clay is the process. Very good. And the third one, what do we get? Finally, what do we get? We get clay models. Toys made with clay. So that is the output. Clear? Did you get it right? Good. Next, let us go to activity 2. Draw and color an input device that you can use to record your device, record your dance videos and store it in a computer. Write down the name of device below the drawing. Now, what should you do? You have to draw the input device that you use to record your dance. Okay, now if you're dancing, which device will you use to record it? You have to think and do. And store it in a computer. Huh? You want to store it in a computer. So which device? You can see the devices here, no? Input devices. Out of these input device, which device will you use to record the dance? Think. Yes, you will use a web camera. Right? You will use a web camera to record and store it in your computer. Okay? So you have to draw the camera here and then write down the name of the device while drawing. So after you're done with your drawing, you will write the name. Okay? Is it clear? Yes. Now let's go to the next one. Activity number 3. Draw and color an output device that can be used to print an invitation. Now I've designed a very nice invitation in the computer. I want to take a print of it. Which device will I use? See carefully here. Which device will I use? Think and draw. This I'm not going to help you. This is very easy. Okay, you can see the picture. You can read what is written there and you will understand which device will be used to take a print. Okay, write down its name below the drawing. So you have a line given here and we use this line to write the name of the device. Clear? Yes, so let's continue now. So there is a fact for you, okay? The CPU is neither an input nor an output device, okay? It doesn't belong to the input device category, not an output device category, okay? It only processes the information given by the input device and sends the result to the output device. As I told you, CPU is a processor. It does the processing. That means it does the task. Okay, as per the instruction, it does the task. After doing the task, it sends the output to the output device. Okay, so therefore it is called as a processor. What is it called as? A processor. CPU is a processor. Okay, so let us proceed. Now coming to the storage device. What is a storage device? What do you mean by storage? You're storing something, you're keeping something safe so that you can use it later, isn't it? Yes. So if you have some groceries, where will you store it? In the storeroom, isn't it? If there are some vegetables or fruits, where will you store it? In the refrigerator. Okay. So where are your clothes stored? In the cupboard. In the same way, whatever information we have on the computer is also stored. Okay. Now, just like how you have a cupboard at home to store your clothes or to keep your clothes, and you can move the clothes from one cupboard to another cupboard, isn't it? You can easily move. You can take the clothes and move it. But in the computer, when you store something, can you just remove like this and store it in another computer? You cannot put your hand, remove it and store it. So what do we use? We use some storage devices. Okay? We use some storage devices to store it separately or to transfer it or to, transfer to a different computer. Okay? Like we have CDs. I hope you all have seen CDs, which is round, isn't it? Yes, in CDs. We store the data in CDs or in a pen drive. Okay, I will show this photo of a CD and a pen drive to you now. Let me explain to you first and then show. Okay, so a CD or a pen drive is used to store the data, which can be removed. Okay, the CD and pen drive can be removed out. Okay, you can just insert and remove it. And also you can put the same information to another computer. Okay, just like when you have to use groceries. Okay, some grains. Will you hold it in the hand like this? You will use some spoon. Right? You will take in the spoon and then fill the other container. In the same way, when you are saving the data, when you want to store the data and you want to save the same data in the other computer, we can use these two storage devices, that is CDs and pen drives, okay, which can be easily transferred from one computer to another. Is it clear? So let me just read it for you. A computer uses the monitor, printer and speaker to give the output after processing the input given to it. Devices such as CDs and pen drives are used to store the output from the computer so that they can be used later. Okay? Therefore, CDs and pen drives are output devices that can also function as the storage devices of a computer. Okay? So, CDs and pen drives are also output devices. okay, which is actually a storage device. But these storage device also come under the category of output device. Is it clear? Now let me show you the picture of the CD. How many of them have seen a CD? Raise your hand. CD or a pen drive. I know some of you might have seen, so let me just share the. Here is a CD. You might have seen this, right, at home. This is a CD where you can store information. And also we have the pen drive. I'm sure this you might have seen, isn't it? Well, this is also a storage device, okay, and an output device too, right? So pen drive is an output device and storage device, and CD is also a storage device, which is also an output device, okay? So that was about CD and DVD. Now let us move on. Let us now solve the questions, okay? So before that, here we have the word galaxy, okay? What you have to do is write down the word given inside each cloud. You can see the clouds here, right? So inside each cloud you have to write down the words, okay? And immediate next to it you have to write the words. You can see the words inside the cloud, right? So you have to write that 3 times in the blanks given here. You are learning new word, so you have to learn the spellings, okay? So the first one is instructions. What do you mean by instructions? Instruction means you're giving something or you're telling someone what to do. In this case, you're giving input. You're giving instructions to the computer. That means you're telling or you're giving some task to the computer. Okay? So you have to write this how many times? 3 times. Okay? Now coming to the next one, processing. What is processing? Processing is performing the task. That means you're doing the task. Okay, here CPU is known as a processor. So who does the task here? Which part of the computer does the task? The CPU. Okay, so processing, you have to write this 3 times. The spelling is PROCSSING, processing. Next one is digital. The next one is digital. Now, what is digital? Digital is something which is in the computer. Okay? Digital is something which is in the computer. Like the soft copy we say as digital copy. That means which is in the computer. We have, see right now I'm showing you this textbook, which is a digital copy. Okay? Something what is there in the computer. Okay, here, next one is a storage device. Storage. Sorry, it is storage. I told you what is storage, right? You are storing, you're saving some information. You're storing it for next use, right? So storage, you have to write it 3 times. Remember, each time you write it, you have to say and learn the spellings. Clear? Yes. Shall we go to the next one? Now here, mind map. What do you mean by mind map? Mind map means it tells us what we have learned in this chapter. Okay? The chapter is input and output device. So we have learned about input devices. So here they have given the different input devices. And we have learned about the output device. You can also see that we have learned about the output devices. And then moving on to storage device. We have learned the 2 storage device, isn't it? So the whole chapter is about IPO, that is input, process and output cycle, input devices, output devices and storage device. Okay? Now let me see how much you all have understood. Okay, so you have to solve this exercise independently. Okay? Meanwhile, I will also discuss the answers with you. So you have to be quick. Now this is, let's exercise. So write T for true or F for false. Okay. Petrol is an output for a vehicle running on the road. Is it true or false? I'll repeat, petrol is an output for a vehicle running on the road. Is it output or input? It is input, isn't it? So, is it true or false? It is false. It is false. Second one. Rohan uses headphones. Rohan uses headphones to listen to music. It is an input device. The headphones. First you think, why do we use it? So then you think, does it come as an input device or output device? Here they are saying that it is an input device. Is it true or false? It is false because headphone is output device. Yes. Third one, a computer uses an output device to show us something on the screen. The computer uses an output device to show us something on the screen. The computer uses an output device, okay, to show us something. Now, if you want to see something, which part of the computer do we see? We see the monitor, isn't it? So, monitor is an output device or input device? Output device. So, is it correct? A computer uses an output device to show us something on the screen. Is it correct or wrong? Is it true or false? It is true. Very good. Now the next one. Take the correct option to identify whether the given image is an input device or an output device. Okay, so we have in the first picture, the man is using a scanner. Okay, he's using a scanner. So scanner is input or output? Is it input or output? Your thumbs are up or down? Yes, your thumbs are up. So it is an input device. Okay. Next picture. You can see a boy. He's using the keyboard. He's typing something in the keyboard. Okay. So keyboard is input or output? Is it input or output? Are your thumbs up or down? It's up, right? So it is input device. Okay? I hope you got it right. Okay. Now next, let's go to the printer that is here. Okay, a printer, it's an input device or output device? It's an input device or output device? Are your thumbs up or down? Okay, let me share the answer. It is the output device. Printer is the output device. I hope you got it right. Okay. Next one, we have a joystick, which is used to play. It is used to control the character in the game, isn't it? So it is an input device or output device? Is it input or output? It is an input device. Fantastic. Coming to the speaker, we listen to the sound, right? So it is input or output? Is it input or output? Check your answer, okay? It is output device. So if you have ticked on output, then you're right. Okay, next coming to the picture, it is a web camera. Very good, web camera. Now, the web camera is an input or output device? Thumbs up for input, thumbs down for output. It is a input device. Very good. Okay, here we have something. Given below are names of output devices. with missing letters. Okay, remember they are output devices, but the letters are missing. Fill in the blanks to complete their names. So we have M dash N dash O and dash. So some letters are missing there. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Write down both. Okay, the first one and the second one. Write down the first one as well as the second one. Is it done now? Okay, now let me share the answer. It's an output device which starts with the letter M. Now first you think which is the output device and then think which is the output device that starts with M. Well, the answer is monitor. I'm going to spell it now, okay? Please check. M-O-N-I-T-O-R. Remember, it's T-O-R, not E-R, okay? Monitor. I'm going to repeat again. M-O-N-I-T-O-R. Monitor. Okay, next one. The next one is also an output device. Okay, now you think which is the output device that starts with the letter P? Did you get the answer? Shall I say it? Well, it is a printer. Okay, and you spell printer as P-R-I-N-T-E-R. I repeat, P-R-I-N-T-E-R. Printer. I hope you got it right. Please put a tick mark if it is correct. Okay, now next going to an interesting game. I'm sure you will love to do this. First, before we start anything, we are going to read the instructions. Okay? Mr. Webcam wants to collect all input and output devices from the path and reach the CPU, but doesn't know the way. Can you guide him? So what you have to do is start from the web camera. You have to start from the web camera, collect all the devices in between and reach the CPU. So this you have to do it on your own. Now there is no answer for this. I mean, I cannot give the answer. You have to find out the way. Okay, don't just draw cross lines. See, wherever there is an opening, you can only go from that side. You can only draw the lines there. Okay? Alright, so you can do this now. So I hope it is done. Now let me go to the next one. Okay, so here is something which you have to do when you go out with your parents. Anytime when you go out or visit a supermarket, okay, what you have to do is find an input device that you have not learnt about in this chapter. So you have to observe carefully when you go out. Okay, you have to find. First you find the input device. You know, right, which are the input devices we were discussing. First you find out that. Then if there are any other devices, try to find out about it. We are only speaking about input devices, not output devices. Which are the different input devices you come across. Okay, you have to make a note. Alright. And if you have a computer at home, I'm speaking about a computer, not a laptop. If you have a computer at home, so please check the connections with the help of your parents. You can see how the monitor is connected, how the keyboard cable is connected, how the mouse is connected. Okay? Only with the help of your parents when the computer is off. Okay? Keep in mind, you know the safety rules, right? You do not touch any wires when it is on, when the device is on. So you switch off the system, then with the help of your parents, you can just see where you're connecting the cables or the wires. Is it clear? Okay, now there is another activity for you. So let me share that. Activity number 4. Here they have given you some input and output device, and also they have given you the description. Okay, so what it is used for. See, like the first one, they have given a device used for typing numbers and letters. So you have to match it. Okay? Now first I'm going to read this for you. Microphone, joystick, plotter, scanner. These are the these are the four. Yeah. These are the input and output devices what they have given. Okay, what you have to do is you have to match it to the other column. That is where they have given the description. Okay, so I am going to read this. As I am reading, you are supposed to match it. You're going to tell me the answer. Okay? Yes. A device used for typing numbers and letters. The device used for typing numbers and letters. It is so you have it here. It is a keyboard. Very good. A device which is similar to a photocopier machine, which is similar to photocopy, means like a Xerox copy machine. Which is that device now? It is a scanner. Okay, it is a scanner. Scanner is just like a Xerox machine. Okay. Next, it helps to play computer and video games. This you should know. It helps to play computer and video games. What is it? Is it a microphone, joystick, plotter? It's a joystick, yes. The name itself says joy. It's what you enjoy, you have fun, isn't it? Joystick. Yes. You can record your voice into the computer using this device. Which device is that? You can record your voice into the computer using this device. Is it a plotter or a microphone? Look, I have one here. It is a microphone. The last one, a device used to print engineering drawings. The device used to print engineering drawings. And which is that device? It is a plotter. Okay, so here were some of the input and output device with its uses. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I want you to read the entire textbook. Okay, after doing all the exercise, you will go through the textbook. Okay, you can take the help of your parents in case you're finding it difficult with the words. But otherwise, I want you to read it on your own. Okay? Yes. Starting from the first IPO cycle, input devices, output device, and storage device. Is it clear? Yes? So after that, after you completely read the textbook, the input-output device chapter, you will have to answer the worksheet, okay, which is in your workbook. Workbook, lesson number, chapter number 2, input and output device, and you're going to do it independently. Okay, you can check the answer in your textbook later. Okay, so you're going to do it independently. You have learnt about all this, right? You have learnt about input devices, output devices, input processing and output cycle, storage devices. So it will be very easy for you to do it. But remember, before you start answering, always read the instructions what is given. Okay? So that is all about the input and output devices. Okay? I'm telling you again, please read the chapter. Read and then solve the workbook exercise. Okay, chapter number 2, input and output device. Don't forget to take the assessment. Okay, you have to answer the worksheet. This will help you to understand how much you have understood the chapter. Okay, so read the lesson and then answer. Okay, all right then, I'll see you in the next class with a new chapter. Bye-bye. Stay home and stay safe.